So this is my pumpkin patch. My boy eats pumpkins every day. He loves them. We eat them too. You can make mashed potatoes out of pumpkins. Green pumpkins, like when they're about this green. Stick that in the food processor after you cook it in the microwave for maybe 10 minutes. Take the seeds out. I throw the seeds to the chickens. They love them. Or I even feed them to Shadow. He eats them just completely. When I do pumpkins, I just cut them to leave a 2-inch stem. This is about the 20th time I've done this, and I've gotten probably 20 bins this size, because even right now there's fruit, there's flowers. Let me see if there's actually any baby pumpkins. I see a bunch of male flowers. I do not see female flowers. It might be the time of year that the flowering might be done. Yeah, I see a lot of male flowers here, but not any female flowers. So it might be the time of year. I mean, it's mid-October. You might not have any more pumpkins out of this patch. Actually, there are some pumpkins. This one's half eaten by another animal, a wild animal, but that is a baby pumpkin. Wait until they have some yellow on them, otherwise they're still growing. Once they start to turn yellow, I don't think they're going to get any larger. Look, you can tell the chickens kind of stepped on that one and tried to get some of it. When you look at this, that's a pretty good sized pumpkin. I'm not complaining about this size. That's pretty nice. Here's a nice big fat one. That probably weighs 2 pounds. My sister's kids absolutely love pumpkins. I mean, more so than any kid I've ever seen. So, any of my family members want pumpkins, they get them, but they beg for them. So, I make sure to, when someone's going up to visit them, I send them up with a lot of them. Look at the size of these. They're big enough. There's probably more like 100 left. So I'm gonna leave everything small. The ones that are certainly that size, those will all stay out. I mean, I have so many that are tiny. And this is the last of it for Cindy and Eddie and the girls, Azra and Zar. Let's get some of these beautiful leaves. You can use these as a wrap. That's a nice one right there. There are a bunch of, the nicest ones are the ones the chickens can't reach. These don't look bad. Actually, this looks really nice right here. I'll send these up to my sister. So I'm guessing I have about 100 pumpkins still left out here. You wouldn't know it, but I mean, just in this little area, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, just in this tiny little area. And they're really everywhere. It's such a great staple. I'm amazed that people aren't growing this in every yard. It's like, why wouldn't you? Oh yay, and here's some mama flowers. That is a mama. So my sister also asked for some Tulsi. She asked for whole branches that she wants to dry herself. So the other thing she wanted me to get is just garbage bags full of the greens. So let me harvest some of those for her. And her husband loves peppers. And here's a pepper plant that he would probably enjoy. Yummy. Here's another pepper plant. I do have a lot of pepper plants. I love peppers. We eat peppers all the time. And when we have too many peppers, we process them into jellies. I have multiple types of basil, but I think my sister really prefers holy basil, so I will get her some. Look at him, Mama. What are you doing, Mama? This is just pallet wood. And I stood there and cut, he measured and he made a template for me, and I just stood there and cut a gazillion pallet pieces. And then Harley was just putting these together one at a time. So it's 4x4s on the end, and then a 2x4 at the, like a frame on the bottom and the top, and then the pallet wood is attached. It allows me to sit on top of it. It's comfortable. Only a few have broken off. It was heat treated wood. None of this was treated with like chemicals. They all said heat treated on them, which was perfectly fine. And then this is actually old metal roofing from my brother's house. He had a couple things that were taken apart after a hurricane, and I just asked for the leftovers that were going to just get hauled away anyway by somebody else. And now it's time for me to harvest the longevity spinach for my sister. She likes to take about as much as I'll give her, and this time I gave her enough for about 5 quarts. What I do is I just wash it, clean it. It makes it so that I never have to buy vegetables. I mean, really. I have potatoes. I have a green that provides all the nutrients I could possibly need, and I have so many fruits. So between all of that, that's plenty. Let's go ahead and take some of these out. Now, my parents decided to go to Cindy at the very possibly last minute. I just found out that they were going to go in a couple weeks. But they just told me yesterday that they were going tomorrow. So that means it's harvest time all at once. And normally you would want to harvest all this at the last minute anyway. But I might have processed this for her. I probably would have taken every leaf off. Maybe just sent it up as leaves. When we are going to just eat it as a salad, we do not, I just take the tender tips. I literally pick the tips off like this. This would be a salad item. And you can eat this just the way it is. And I will. It's actually amazing. And I'm not kidding when I tell you I probably have 100 pounds in my yard. Look at the size of these beauties. This is not a tiny little pumpkin. This is the last of the harvest. I sent 2 bins this size up to my sister just about maybe, I don't know, about a week ago. And then this was what was left. Now I had to start pulling them off the ground because this was what happens. Do you see how my chickens are pecking at them? The little ladies do love them. Once they're like this, they're gonna rot quickly. And these are still good to feed our dog, Shadow. Shadow gets a pumpkin every day. So what I'm gonna do is separate these out, take the really good ones that have no damage to them at all and that have a nice long stem. I'll keep those. And then all the ones that have any kind of damage, like that, that's not gonna last long. It's not gonna last months. That one they really got to. And I left probably 20 on the ground out there for them to eat on for the next couple of weeks. And then I will be providing the little ladies with some snacks by I cook them and I put them out in the yard, but they love the seeds. So every time I cook them for Shadow, he eats the seeds too. But I will give them, a lot of times I'll take half the seeds out of Shadow's and then give them to the chickens. But look at how pretty these are. These are just gorgeous. This bin is going to my sister, Donna's father-in-law, who loves to put them in soups. And then the rest of these will just stay in the house for us to eat and for the chickens and the doggy. And I still have probably 30 of them in the dog refrigerator. And those will last for the next month because he does eat a pumpkin every other day. We give him half a pumpkin one day and then the next day he gets the other half. Thank you so much for coming on my pumpkin harvest and vegetable harvest, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.